All right, this looks good. I'm excited. It's simple.
Yeah, let's do it.
Brothers Bistro. Recipes so simple, even a dude can make it.
Hi, I'm Skinny Kenny.
I'm Musclehead Kev, and we're the Klar Brothers
Welcome to Brothers Bistro.
from France.
That's right, here for your health.
We have a special person with us today, right? We have
Special
a
guest.
special episode.
An expert.
Yeah. How do you say that in France?
Moi, une experte.
Yeah, there you go. See? This is our friend Chantal, and we come and well, every year or two, and
Yeah.
we learn they learn some French, and I
Learn how
relax.
Normally he's by the piscine, the pool, but the weather is not so good because it's March here, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little cool. But tonight we are cooking Basque chicken, a very, very simple and Parisian or French dish. And we think you're going to like it a lot.
Yeah, from
So-
south of France.
From
Yes.
the south of France.
South of France, okay. So we're gonna bring it right out, right?
Yeah, that's right. When we come back, we're going to show you the ingredients, and you're
Oh,
going to be
you are going to be amazed, and it's just right out of my own heart. It warms my heart. I mean, it's super simple, super easy. A little bit in the stove, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
it.
Very quick.
Very quick. Okay.
Very quick. Très
Okay,
simple.
Chantal, what have we got?
Alors, le plus important, le poulet.
Very important. Don't forget the chicken. And
But
these
it's-
happen to be chicken thighs.
And
Ouais.
skin.
C'est ça.
And no skin.
J'ai enlevé la peau. So, I remove the skin.
Remove the skin, and there's bones in there, but they
Yes.
can remove the bones
But you can remove them after.
later. Okay.
After.
Later.
Okay, and then the second meat,
Alors, chorizo.
chorizo,
Because I like it better with chorizo. But, mais à l'origine, c'est avec du jambon fumé.
the regional smoked ham is
Smoked
kind of
ham.
the traditional ingredient.
Ouais.
So we're showing it here, but we're only going to cook with one. We're going to do it with the chorizo.
Alright. Et les poivrons.
Red
Rouge.
bell pepper
Voilà.
and green bell pepper,
Poivron vert. Les oignons.
onion,
De l'ail, bien
Du
sûr.
l'ail, garlic.
Jamais trop d'ail.
garlic goes in everything,
Une boîte de tomates
and a
concassées.
can of tomatoes, crushed tomatoes. Is that what we
Voilà.
Fresh
decided?
tomatoes.
Le plus important.
Ah,
And
Un
some
verre
wine.
de vin blanc.
You gotta
Very
cook it with
important.
wine.
Don't
Et
forget
ça,
the wine.
et ça, c'est pas pour le chef, hein. C'est pour la recette.
It's not for the
Oh.
chef.
Because
It's for the recipe.
le chef a celui-là.
She has her own glass. Right. So what kind of wine? It doesn't matter, or
Alors,
is
c'est
it
du
special?
vin blanc sec.
Dry white wine.
Voilà.
Dry white wine. Okay.
Okay. And then, of course, a little olive oil
De l'huile d'olive, sel, poivre.
and salt and pepper. So very simple from seasoning standpoint and very fresh. We've got all the ingredients prepared to go into the pot, which looks a little bit like a Dutch oven. She calls it a casserole.
Ouais. Une sauteuse.
Yeah.
Sauteuse, casserole.
And we'll cook all of the veggies. We're going to start with a little oil, yeah?
Ouais.
And then what?
Les oignons et l'ail.
The onion and the
Ken
garlic.
is going to be our translator. He's not very good, so she might have to correct me.
And we'll let that cook for a little bit,
Yeah.
5 minutes or so.
Ouais.
And then what?
Après, c'est les poivrons.
And then we'll put the
Peppers.
bell peppers in.
Voilà.
And we'll let that cook for a little while.
Voilà. Après, c'est la tomate.
We've
Then-
learned with cooks, they don't time anything and they don't measure anything.
They know it by their nose, yeah. Okay, then we'll go with the tomato, and then
Ouais.
it starts to look a little bit more like a soup.
Voilà. Et après, sel, poivre,
Uh-huh.
bien sûr. And that's it.
And the meat is
That's it.
cooked separate.
She's got the pan on there
She,
heating
true to
up.
form, she didn't measure.
Yeah, well,
She just put some in.
J'ai mis 2 cuillères.
Okay, and now we're going in with the onions and the garlic. Oh, and she used a fun grater for the garlic. She didn't actually carve it up. She grated it like cheese.
So let's look at the grater there, yeah, just so we can see. Okay, yeah, so it's just a regular cheese grater, small hole, not big. And she basically grated the whole thing and then scraped all the extra stuff that was out and around it back in with it. So
Now this will
she's
cook
gonna-
for 4 or 5 minutes, soften up.
Okay.
Faut que ça, pour que ce soit doré un peu. Make it a little bit brown.
Okay, a little brown, okay.
She turned the fire on high just to get it warm because it's a pretty big, thick pot.
Okay, buddy, what's happening over here?
She's browned up the onion and the garlic, and man, does it smell good. And now she's going in with the bell peppers. Red
Hop.
and
Et
green.
Voilà.
And she was telling us before that it looks like a lot, but when you cut it up, as it cooks, it shrinks down and it won't be quite so much. And then I think after when this cooks for a little bit and she mixes it up, then she's gonna put in the crushed tomato, I think. And it's gonna be a little more soupy.
C'est ça.
And maybe a little salt and pepper for seasoning.
Sel, poivre.
All right, come on in. She's getting ready. She's prepping up to put the chicken in, buddy.
Oh, a little
She's
more
got
oil.
a little olive oil. Oh, she does measure. She puts a little spoon. I don't know.
Normally not. It's only for
Normally
you.
not.
Especially for you.
And then the chicken is gonna go in,
Voilà, on va mettre
and the
le poulet.
chorizo. We picked a spicy chorizo this time. If you're not into the spicy chorizo, you can pick a sweet, right? They have that choice. So, but the other thing we learned from Chantal is she said you can debone the chicken, but it's easier to debone it after it's cooked than before. You can do it either way, so it's kind of up to you. But what we found is that it's a lot easier to get all the meat off the bone when it's cooked.
If you want, you're not obliged to do it.
Or you can eat it with the bones on.
Yeah.
But she found that us uncouth Americans would leave all the meat on the bone. Okay, here it goes. Browning it up a little.
And that'll take about
And
20 to 30
you
minutes.
put a lid on it, Chantal?
No,
No lid.
no.
And then the chorizo goes in later, a little
Oui,
later?
après.
Right now?
Juste après.
Okay.
Because the chorizo is already cooked.
Yes. It only, in fact, it only has to be
Warmed up, yeah.
Warmed
yeah.
up.
All right, we're ready to add the chorizo.
Okay,
See,
look.
the chicken is
Look.
browned up.
Wow. And she's adding in the chorizo. See
The
what we were talking
chorizo is
about.
already cooked, right? We're just warming the chorizo, but might as well put it in there at the same time. It gives everything a little more flavor.
And she gave us a little hint about the way we buy the chicken and why we pull the skin off.
That's true. We pull the chicken off, the skin off, because it's a little more healthy, a lot less calories.
And we use what type of chicken?
And this is the dark meat, as opposed to white meat. And we have to worry about the bones later.
She's using actually just thighs, and it pulls away pretty good.
Let's
Ooh,
look in there at that, see what's going on there. Oh, it's cooked out a lot.
Look at that, guys. Can you smell the garlic? Okay, awesome. So we got the veggies cooked down, and look at the chicken. It looks brown and nice and yummy. It's smelling delicious. And now she's gonna go in with the crushed tomatoes, the crushed canned tomatoes. And that's like part of the sauce. It's gonna season it and kind of cook it down a little bit. So she's got that in there. And I think ultimately this is all, there's a lid for this pan here, this pot, and it's gonna all go into the same pot with the chicken, and it'll continue to cook. But it's pretty much cooked over here. It didn't take very long, huh, Ken? Maybe 15 minutes?
No, less.
Less than 15
Maybe
minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay.
Not too much salt because chorizo is very salty.
Okay.
That's true.
And a little bit of pepper.
Not too much because the chorizo is already bad.
Hey, I thought that you were going to use wine for this, but it seems
Yes.
like they've drank it all, so they might have to go back to the
No,
store.
it's coming after. And the wine is the most
Important part. Okay, there's the wine. Okay.
Says the French woman. The wine is the most important part.
Hey, look at that. We got it all in there, cooked down. It's
Looking
and
good.
And she's gonna put the
chicken's looking
chicken in
good.
there.
Just dumps it in there unceremoniously.
No.
Look at that. That
Okay.
looks good.
And then you stir it up a little bit, I'm guessing.
Ouais, voilà, exactement.
And then
On va
cover it, huh?
On va
Cover it.
remuer. Voilà.
Because she's got to get the garlic and the onions sort of throughout.
Voilà, pour le poulet. Hop.
And you have a two-pot wonder.
Voilà.
It's all combined into a single pot now, buddy.
Yeah. How long
Ready to
will we let it simmer here? 10 minutes?
Ah non, un peu plus.
A
Non,
little
non,
bit
plus
more.
parce que le poulet n'est pas tout à fait
Okay.
cuit. Donc je pense
That's super light.
20 minutes.
She told us that this is like a cast iron, but it's super light. It's called Cook Cut.
C'est une nouvelle marque, ce sont des jeunes lyonnais. Ils viennent de Lyon et ils ont inventé cette casserole.
Ken can translate.
It's a new type of casserole. I think it's maybe ceramic or
Cast
something.
iron. New type of cast iron.
I think it's ceramic, so it's not
Right.
cast iron at all. That's why.
But it's similar properties, I guess. Okay. We forgot the most important part. Two things. We want to talk about the heat, but we'll also talk about the wine's got to go in. This is for flavor.
Ouais. Et ça change tout.
And tell us about the fire.
Okay, so the fire, we had kind of a high heat to brown it and gonna get it ready. Then we went to a medium heat for a little while she was kind of combining it and getting it all going. And now she said she's gonna go between a low and a medium, like a low simmer, and let it sit how long?
Because we don't
20
want the
minutes.
chicken to dry out.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
And she doesn't check it. She just knows.
In fact, you have to check if the chicken is
Cooked.
cooked. It's
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, she's getting ready to pull the bones out.
Yeah.
The chicken is not completely cooked. It's pretty
No.
close. But
Pretty
she's
close.
pulling the bones out now.
Not totally.
Yeah.
It's a little bit
You see it, a
rose.
little bit.
Rose.
Yeah.
But she just cuts away the meat
Yeah.
and she puts it back in the pot.
Ça retourne dans le... Alors, je mets pas les mains parce que je déteste mettre mes mains.
Nice.
Voilà. Hop.
She doesn't like to do it with her hands.
Okay.
The biggest
Big
piece.
pieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hein, des gros
Back
morceaux
here.
comme ça. Voilà.
All right.
On en reprend un autre.
And she'll do that for the whole shoot
Voilà.
match here, all 8, you know.
Okay, buddy, what do you got? Wow.
Basque chicken.
Basque chicken.
Got
What
a
is
little-
it?
Got a little juice down there in the bottom, a little chicken. Removed the bones. And we got some chorizo
Elle est sur son armoire.
and some veggies.
Okay, try it. Let's see your expression when you try it.
Okay. Going in. I'm gonna have some chorizo first. It's supposed to be spicy.
Spicy chorizo
That's good.
and poulet.
And it's a little spicy.
Romain, je continue
The,
à t'en mettre. moi,
the
depuis
reader,
tout à
the
l'heure.
listeners won't know
Oui,
what
bah,
poulet
attends.
is, but he'll tell us. He's going in for the chicken.
I prefer dark meat, so that's really yummy.
Aussi.
The chorizo is definitely spicy, but it's good.
Okay. So you got to try it, right? It's pretty quick, pretty easy,
Yep.
pretty simple. Brothers Bistro.
Bon appetit.
Bon appétit.